Greetings, Commanders. This is Kadger. I'm back in the beta again. I'm just taking a look at some changes. They've made some changes to the engineering blueprints and stuff in response to feedback. And one of the things they've done is increase the frameshift drive range so that the maximum of the base roll is now 55% instead of 50. And of course you can still add the experimentals like the mass manager. So I just logged in. I haven't done any further engineering on this. You remember last time I engineered the Chieftain and I had a 56% increase in my range, and now logging in today I have 61.2% increase in my range. So assuming that this sticks, this will be a nice buff to all the ships out there. You'll be able to increase your range by a significant amount. I didn't realize that there were any god rolls that went this high, but apparently they are. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure that the new system is wide enough that it covers all of the modifications that are currently in live, so that nobody so that there's not a situation where you can't get what someone else has already. That's what they're trying to do. There's questions about how good that is, especially in some of the weapons and stuff, which are becoming very powerful. But that power is already in the game. People have it. They're just broadening it now so that everybody can have it. I guess that's better. I don't know. I don't PvP, so I don't really understand all of the ramifications of some of the changes. But anyway, there we are. 61.2% on my Chieftain now. I did want to check and see how that looked on my T10, since I was playing around with it also here in the beta. So let's just take a quickie look at it and see if it's similarly buffed. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about some of the stuff. Anyway, but I think overall it's going to make the game, flatter, more clear. You'll be able to know exactly what you can get. Whether or not the ships are too powerful or not is another issue. They've kind of boxed themselves in here because we have players who are non-Horizons. They can't have engineered ships, and the NPCs have to be doable with them, and you can't lock those people out of any kind of PvE combat because their ships are what they are. They're stock. Then you take an engineered ship, which can be much more powerful than a stock ship. An unengineered ship versus an engineered ship, there's just no comparison. So the NPCs become, at least for some people, not so much for me, but for a lot of people, too easy then, so it can't be both ways. If they make them hard enough for the heavily engineered ships, then the regular players will just be shot to pieces. They won't be able to do anything. Anyway. Okay. So I'm actually getting more than 30 light years on this guy now, and this is my multi-roll. Yeah, he got 61.2 as well. Interesting, very interesting. Well, this is a nice change for me, because mostly what I do is travel around. That's why I called one of my ships is called Meandering Spirit, because that's kind of what I do. I tend to meander through the game. Alright, anyway, so that's what's happening. They're making changes. They're adjusting the numbers just like they said they would. Apparently they also made it easier to go through the lower grades. As you know, you now have to go through all 5 grades for every module. But they've made it easier for the lower grades. In other words, the lower grades will go by faster as your experience with the engineer increases. So once you have the really good rep with the engineer, those lower grade rolls will happen quicker. You won't have to do as many of them, I guess. That'll have to be tested. We'll get around to that at some point. I think I'll wait till the changes settle down before I go testing that again. I didn't find it too onerous before, but now it's going to be even better, so I think that's fine.